They sing songs for kings and conquerors. They remember crowns, banners, and famous bloodlines. But history rarely speaks of the men who walked quietly between those moments. This story is not about glory. It is about those who were never meant to be remembered. In the world of Westeros, honor is measured by names and houses. Castles define importance. Lineage decides who matters. But far from great halls and golden banners, another kind of knight existed. A knight without a sigil, without land, without protection. These were Hedge knights. They traveled alone on broken roads. They slept under open skies. They fought not for fame, but for food and survival. Some were noble. Some were cruel. Most were simply trying to live in a world that demanded proof they could never provide. After the Age of Dragons, order became obsession. Records mattered more than truth. If a knight could not prove who trained him, who knighted him, or where he belonged, he was treated as a lie. Many of these men were true knights, dubbed in battle, knighted by dying lords, raised in wars where witnesses did not survive. But history does not trust chaos. Wars burned castles. Rebellions destroyed names. And when the dust settled, the past was rewritten. The nameless did not fit the story, so they vanished. Some believed Hedge knights were dangerous because they had nothing to lose. No family to shame. No lands to protect. Only their own sense of honor. Others claimed they were imposters. But the truth was quieter. They were victims of a system that demanded certainty in a world built on destruction. And then there was one who survived. A boy too tall to be ignored, yet too ordinary to fear. Slow with words. Honest to a fault. With no documents, no powerful name, and no one to speak for him. Duncan the Tall did not survive because he was important. He survived because no one thought he was. While nobles plotted, they overlooked him. While knights searched for threats, they dismissed him. He was protected by being unseen. At moments when princes fell and banners clashed, he walked forward untouched because history favors obvious dangers. It forgets the quiet ones. Most Hedge knights were not so fortunate. They died nameless in wars. Executed without defense. Their lives reduced to numbers, their stories left unfinished. Yet these forgotten men protected roads. They defended small folk. They carried the last true echoes of knighthood in a world turning it into theater. Duncan was not special because fate chose him. He was special because he endured. He lived long enough for history to notice him. And once it did, it was too late to erase him. So the records changed. They called him unique, an exception. Because admitting the truth would mean admitting this, that Westeros was shaped, protected, and saved by men it chose to forget. Every famous knight stands on forgotten swords. Every clean story is built on chaos carefully erased. And sometimes, the most important figures in history are not the ones written in books, but the ones history ignored long enough to survive.